I was there. Stations of the Passion, 2020.
Condemned. He, Jesus, looks so calm. Crucify! Crucify! The words, a verbal machete slicing through my very soul. An awareness of their implication, with a sense of detachment, as though the words don't quite apply to me. Thunderous in my ears, yet floating out into the ether of the cosmos. Crucify! Crucify! In all the shouting, I feel the stillness.
Take up the cross. He, Jesus, grasps the wood firmly. He has the strength of youth on his side. Determined to do just as well, I grasp the challenge with both hands. Just one little sliver lodges in my skin, focusing my mind away from the heavy, solid chunk of wood. I try to pull it out, but the end is too small. It breaks, leaving an inconsequential but surprisingly irritating pain. The desire to pull it out fruitlessly remains.
First fall. Didn't expect to stumble quite so soon. Bit embarrassing, really. Like getting socked in the head by the ball because you didn't see it coming. I did take my eyes off Jesus, but he's still looking at me, even as he tries to get up off the floor. It's that sense that everyone's mentally shrugging their shoulders and thinking, what a wimp. But Jesus is getting up, so I'd better just get on with it.
Jesus meets his mother. I've often wondered what it would be like meeting Jesus' mother. The perfect woman, the immaculate woman. Probably not straight out of Paris Fashion Week, but I expect her to have an interesting face. Here's the perfect woman, and no one's supposed to see her. Completely focused on her son, and yet somehow as she looks at him, I, too, am wrapped in that gaze. Her eyes dark with suffering, but not anguish. Compassionate, searching for connection and finding it. If a look can embrace, she holds us both very close.
Simon of Cyrene. It's much easier to look the other way, to not get involved in other people's problems. Sticking your neck out for another can be a messy business. Simon doesn't get much choice. He gets the cross thrust upon his shoulders. I wouldn't say that he looked pleased, but he doesn't seem to mind. He's made of solid stuff, the sort who's brought his kids up to have respect for his neighbours, even if his neighbours don't exactly respect him. It's the right thing to do to give this bullied scrap of humanity a bit of relief. It's a relief when he stands by you. It takes the weight off your shoulders and allows you to soldier on a bit further. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, all the Simons of my life.
Veronica. This woman comes forward, bareheaded, and wipes Jesus' face with her veil. She is very familiar, easy to engage with, comfortable, full of positivity. She's rewarded by a look of gratitude from Jesus, a treasured moment that makes life worthwhile. She's won the jackpot when she sees the imprint of his face on her veil, a pearl beyond price. As she wipes my face, I wonder what image will be left on her veil. I'm no less grateful. Will being made in the image and likeness of God leave its mark? She moves on. The journey of the cross is doing its teaching.
Second fall. The fall is more serious this time. The torture is taking its toll. For a minute, Jesus looks drained. It's so easy to be discouraged as the accumulation of wounds and hurts build up. It's so easy to be discouraged when other people are surfing and you feel nothing but the waves sucking you under. It's so easy to be discouraged when your best efforts just result in repeated failures. But if Jesus is getting up again, I'd best give it another go. You can but try.
Women of Jerusalem. The women are crying. The children look stoically into the distance, as if to say, if I had control, I'd do this a bit differently. Jesus is moved by their tears, but I feel it brings the end a bit closer. I'm struck by the compassion in their faces. I'm even more struck by the compassion in Jesus' face. I feel their sense of dread as he tells them to weep for their children and their grandchildren. The children look out of the corner of their eyes, suspicious, uncomprehending. We're all united in suffering. We continue to stumble on.
Third fall. He just crumpled up. 1 minute he's standing. The next he looks more like discarded rubbish on the roadside. What's the point of going on? Beyond exhaustion, beyond connection with the present moment, beyond all useful strength. It would be a relief to stop now, to just lie there and sink slowly away. Oh, but no, they're dragging him up. We're not finished yet. There's still more to do. There's will in his eyes. There's even will in my heart. I just wish I could understand it better.
Stripped. They strip him of everything. He stands there naked, human for all to see, humiliation with a capital H. Humiliation. Having one's weaknesses exposed is crucifying, excuse the pun. To choose humiliation, to expose your own weaknesses, is an acceptance of one's own humanity, even Jesus' humanity. It's not up to much without divinity. None of us are. We are, truly, clay.
Nailed. I watch as the nails are driven in. It's the silence of shock, or submission, or is it the silent scream vibrating out into the cosmos? Surely the greatest torture is the knowledge that it's being carried out by a fellow human being. What can I hold on to now? Have I any dignity left? Am I really worth looking at by those who pass by? Everything I thought worth having has gone. all I have left now is to turn to the Father. Yet still, I want to change the world, make a difference.
Death on a cross. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. As I feel life ebbing away, as I gasp for breath, all that is left is prayer, the language of eternity. Father, forgive me, for I knew not what I was doing half the time. I look at Jesus' face, intense, serene. It is finished.
Taken down. After you die, you aren't aware of what happens. I don't doubt Jesus knew who'd be there to receive his dead body, his mother. Every little or not so little death, she'll be there until eternity asserts itself. Death always has to be mourned. We go our separate ways.
Laid in the tomb. Death always has that time of stopping to one side, to ponder, to wait, to prepare oneself for something new. Enclosed in a tomb, separated from the world, on a different level of existence, straining, desiring life, Jesus went down into the depths of death. Such was his thirst for life. No, such was his desire to give life. No, such was his desire to be life, to return to his Father.